rivalry representing with Louie Luggage. Let's do this thing. Halo, 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 halo. Y'all still in rivalry in the house. Get this started for Louie Luggage. I want y'all to represent for me. Go to Louie Luggage on TikTok. LOUIS Luggage on TikTok and represent. You need to get these numbers up so I can go live on TikTok. Open now going live on my other channel. And for those of y'all who want to talk to sports with me, I'd love to have you. You might see the topic is called "Time is coming." He's sick of it, and I'm sick of it too. But I'm yours truly, Reed. We're about to get this thing started. I want to welcome everybody. I want to thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for joining us. We are live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Halo, 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 YouTube, halo, TikTok. Welcome, and well, let me see if I can get it before it starts up again. Can I get it before it starts up again? Done. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and welcome. Louie Luggage, representing for Louie Luggage. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Halo. Okay, I'm getting into this now. This is Louie Luggage. Now, for those of you who don't know, you might be new to this because this is new channel. I want to say welcome. And what this is about is we're dealing with everything Colorado Buffaloes. Everything Colorado Buffaloes. Everything positive Colorado Buffaloes. That's all we deal with is positive. All right. Well, that being said, we deal with some critiquing too. So we got some critiquing to go on today. But today, we're talking about Colorado versus ASU game and what happened. What happened? Now, again, if you are not into sports, most of y'all are on my TikTok channel, and we deal with law. We're going to deal with some law tonight as well later on. But right now, I got to get into this this whole thing going on with Colorado, this ASU game. They won. Colorado won the game. Mata, actually, the field goal kicker, kicked the winning field goal. As a matter of fact, let us show it. Mata kicking the winning field goal. I was so happy for him. I'm going to tell you what, Mata he was concerned because his job was at risk. But the person who they brought on, which is Jace Philly, he hadn't been doing a good job. All right. So he lost his position because he was supposed to kick a long field goal and he missed 2 field goals, I think, in the last game. So he's lost his position at this point. And Mata had to step in. He kicked 2 long field goals. And he kicked the winning field goal, 27-24, Colorado, Arizona. All right. Colorado beats Arizona. Colorado is now 4-2. 4-2. Again, this is a team that, some people weren't expected to win more than 3 games. It's like, if they win 2 games, they've done a great job. No, this team, they're looking to win way more than that. They are expected to go to a bowl game. I expect them to do even more than that. Now, Mata did kick the winning field goal, but let's take a look at this score once again. 27 Colorado to Arizona 24. Now, why is that an issue? Arizona is a team that has only won 1 game coming into this game. They've only won 1 game on the season. They are considered a bottom of the barrel team. And of course, they're going to come. We knew they were going to come into this game and they were going to be scrapping. They were trying to win because they got nothing to lose. Now, the issue is the way in which Colorado won. And so we're going to get into that because Coach Prime Coach Prime came back and his whole thing was, I'm sick of it. That was uh his whole demeanor, his mantra. That those were his words. I'm sick of it. Meaning, I'm sick of the way this team has been playing. They have the potential to play so much better, but they're not playing well at all. Now, the stars, let's talk about the stars in this game. Hankerson, number 9, really stepped up in the running game. Also, we had uh, who else stepped up? So, number 9 on the defense. I'm sorry. I want to call his name is I want to call his name. Now I'm drawing a blank on my friend's name. On the defense, we had that some defense was stepping up as well. Now I won't go deep into that because I'm drawing a blank on my friend's name. But the defense stepped up, but the offense once again was very slow. And I'm here to get into some things that I talked about last week or our last session with respect to what was going on with this team. All right, so Coach Prime, getting back to it, says, I'm sick of it. And I feel the same way. I watched this game live and I was doing a live stream on it. I just wanted to get my reaction. And I had to take it off. I couldn't keep it up because of the way my demeanor, because it had me so frustrated. I was just like this. Like, why is this team doing this? I don't understand why they have all of this talent and they're not playing certain talent. Now, again, it might be the same type of thing with respect to why Cormani wasn't playing because he hadn't been in the film room. He hadn't been studying. He wasn't showing up for practices. He's not showing out on the field. Okay, so we're going to get into some things. But I'm going to say, once again, the defense did step up to some degree. Now, in the last quarter, they turned around and allowed a field goal. Allowed a touchdown by Arizona State. Okay, let's get into this thing. Now, Hankerson, I want to talk about the offense because for me, that's where I see a big problem is. Notice this score once again, 27-24. This was not a high scoring game, and there was a lot of mistakes going on in this game. Now, there wasn't a turnover. Colorado didn't turn the ball over. However, it was just that they were not executing. Now, once again, the first series, Colorado comes out trying to shoot the ball downfield. They're trying to shoot the ball downfield, and of course, they go 1, 2, 3, and out, like they had been doing. We're coming out saying, okay, we want to start off strong, want to start off, with the offense rolling, but they go 3 and out. Why? Because they're trying to once again shoot the ball downfield. Well, why is this an issue? We know good and well that the offensive line has no ability to hold up. I'm going to tell y'all this, and this might upset some people. I get it, but this is what I see. There's a coaching issue. Oh, well, now them offensive line, they just not good, D. Well, they not no good. They need to be replaced. Now, let me say something to you, and this is what I've been saying. You already know who the offensive line is. They have already told you we cannot hold up to pressure. That's like being mad at a paper plate. When you pile on some ribs and some mashed potatoes and some macaroni and cheese and some whatever y'all have at y'all picnic barbecues, you pile all this stuff onto a paper plate and then you think you're going to just hold the paper plate up by the edge. You're not being respectful. The paper plate, I already told you who it is. I can't take all this pressure. So now you got an offensive line. You already know who they are. They cannot hold up. They told you that over and over and over again. Look, Shador, the quarterback, number 2, was sacked 5 times within the first half. I don't blame that on the offensive line. They've already told us who they are. This is a coaching issue. Why do you have all of these linebackers, Hankerson and McCaskill and Arfordale and all these other running backs, and you're not playing them? That should have been a running play on the first down. A running play. You have to establish the run. If you know your offensive line cannot hold up, then why are you expecting them to hold up when they already told you they can't? You got to put in the run. And the run has been doing well. It did well in the game against USC. Why would you not run it? Next play, next series comes in with the offense. Then they start to move the ball because they have a running game. But then they made simple mistakes. Plays are not being made. So this is what I'm saying. There's a coaching problem. You don't tell me about, oh, the offensive line is terrible. Well, we knew that. We knew that game 2, 3, 4, 5. We in game 6 now. We already know who they are. They already told us. If you know that, then you implement plays that are to their advantage. That's coaching. Period. You don't call me angry and be upset with me. Listen, everything we doing, this is Louie Luggage. Why am I saying this? Because we got to get to another level. Now, Coach Prime said, I don't know if you all are good with mediocrity. I'm not. I'm not good with mediocrity. He has expectations, and I'm going to talk about why his expectations are so high in a few minutes. But he has expectations, and I'm with him. I don't expect to watch this game and be frustrated and upset because they can't get the offensive line moving. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going back to this low scoring game. The thing about this offensive line, the offense has the ability to put up points when you're calling the right plays. They don't have a problem scoring when you calling the right plays. But the problem is that Coach Prime has projected to the whole world our offensive line is hot garbage. Or let me rephrase it so I make sure I'm not misquoting him. He says the offensive line plays like hot garbage. They've been playing like hot garbage since game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6. So we know who they are by now. So now it's the coaching staff. Why you go against Oregon, the strongest defense, the strongest defensive team in this college league, and then you don't run the ball? That's coaching. And then starting off the game with USC, they didn't run the ball. That's coaching. Once they started running the ball, okay, then they started moving it. Then in this game against ASU, they've got Hankerson in here. When Hankerson comes in, they're averaging at least 5 yards a play. 5 yards per carry, they're averaging with Hankerson. But then you go and put Dylan Edwards in. I'm a fan of Dylan Edwards. All of us love Dylan Edwards. All of us know how much time and energy he has put in to the game. But when he carries the ball, he is averaging 3 yards and sometimes not that. You're trying to run him up the middle. He's not effective like Hankerson is. When Hankerson gets in there, the defense has to respect the offensive line. When the defense respects the offensive line, then you know what they do? They back off and they give Shedeur more time to throw if he decides to. If you got to have Dylan Edwards in there, put both of them in the back. Put Hankerson and Dylan Edwards in the back. But the truth be told, this was Hankerson's game. If you're not going to put McCaskill in there and we see Hankerson is getting at least 5 yards per carry, this was Hankerson's game. He should have been there the whole game. What was the issue with this whole game and what happened? First of all, the low scoring. Second of all, the mistakes. The inability to move the ball against a team that is considered bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying ASU is bottom of the barrel. I'm saying you don't disrespect anybody's team or take anybody's team lightly. What I am saying, though, is the fact that they barely won because ASU came back and tied the game. The fact that ASU came back and tied the game, and then Shedeur had to come out once again, put his superhero cape on, and drive down the field with 50 seconds left on the clock, that dropped Colorado's rate or rankings, if they had a ranking at all. It dropped them because the saying is you can't take care of business against a team that is bottom of the barrel. What is that saying about you? This was a frustrating game. This was again, as I've said from the beginning of the season, Colorado is that team. They're showing us who they are. They thrive on adversity. We got to be almost about to lose the game, then we ready to pick it up. And Coach Prime's frustration was, no, we're supposed to be dominating. What is going on with the fact that we can't come out here and dominate and execute the way we're supposed to? He said, I'm sick of it, and I was with him. That's the first time you hear him in a situation where he doesn't have that positive energy. He's sick of it. And I was feeling the same way. That's why I had to take that live off that I did. I couldn't show that because I was some words that weren't supposed to be said by Louie on TV. I had to take that off because I understand exactly how he feels. This team has all of this talent. They are stacked. Why would I run these running backs? Why are these receivers not stepping up? And we understand the offensive line is what they are. You're not going to change them at this point. At this point, it's a matter of coaching them to the point or putting in and implementing plays that is going to allow them to do what they need to do to give Shedeur time enough to get down the field. All right? So the offensive line, once again, as I close this up, the offensive line is not the problem. The coaching is the problem. Coaching is the problem. And if they are getting in there, the offensive line, and they're getting discombobulated, that's a coaching issue. That's not trying to diss anybody. Why am I saying this? We want them to get better. I'm not here to sugarcoat this and everybody, oh, well, they got to win. A win is a win. No, it's not. They get ready to go up against real strong teams that do not make dumb mistakes. These other teams are not going to allow you to get away with playing lackluster game. But then that's probably the problem. Colorado only steps up to the level of the team they playing. They got to get out of that. Coach Prime is used to dominance. And we're going to go into that in a few. Coach Prime is used to dominating games. This is the first time when he's coming in here and they halfway winning. He's not used to this. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you something that you can go and check out. Now, again, I need to say this because I know somebody's like, well, what do you know about sports? And you ain't play sports. Look, I play sports and I play business. All right? I know how to recognize an issue. And I know full well that if somebody or something has told me who they are, then I don't keep expecting them to be something different. If I got somebody on my team who is showing me they are incapable of getting this task done, either I'm going to fire them or I'm going to put them on some other task. Because I'm definitely not going to keep asking them to do a task that they've already shown me they don't know how to do. They can't do it. You're not capable of doing this. If I keep putting you in this position, I'm losing money. I'm losing because I got you here doing a task that you have already shown me you are incapable of doing. I'm the problem. I'm the problem if I keep asking you to do something and my clients are upset with me because you're on my team and you can't perform properly. I'm the problem because I'm not going to let you do that again. And I'm going to make sure I put something in place where you can excel. I'm not going to keep making you write some kind of document or put this out or do this when you've already shown me. That's the problem. That's a coaching problem. That's a me problem, the head problem. So don't keep blaming the offensive line. And then you keep doing things that they've already told you they can't help you do. You the problem. Shedeur, because Shedeur is a coach himself on the field. And then the other coaches that are calling the plays, y'all got to change it up. Because if you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results from the same people, you got to be insane. We ain't insane up in here. So I'm saying this because this is the real. So that's got to change. It's not on the offensive line. So I want to get into this. For me, I want to speak on this because, I told you this was Hankerson's game. And this was one of the frustrating parts about it. Hankerson, when he was in the game and he was running, they did well. Their running game, they're claiming that they don't have a running game, but they really do. They're not using it. So Hankerson is in the game. They're doing well. They're moving the ball. Then they take Hankerson out and they put Dylan Edwards in. And again, we all love Dylan Edwards. However, this was not his game. His number should not have been called in this game unless you're going to put both of them in the backfield. Because the one who was really doing the work was Hankerson. Number 9. That's the number that should have been called. So then you put Dylan Edwards in, and then y'all don't get the yardage you need. And now you got to punt the ball away. Then speaking of the special teams, more issues with the special teams. The only one who's doing his job on special teams is Mata. Mata who don't miss, Automatica. All right. So I want y'all, take a look at the game. Take a look at the game. You go back and do the replay. Unless you don't like being frustrated, because it was a frustrating game to watch. And those of us who are watching this game and we really know that Colorado has something better in them, we were frustrated too. And I can understand what Coach Prime is going through. And I'm going to talk about that. Now, I do want to get on this. I do want to get on. Those uniforms, though. If you didn't watch the game, here you go. I want to get on the uniforms. Let me see if I can do this right. The uniforms, they were fire. All right. Let me see this. Can y'all see this? So you see that gold, the gold trim on those black helmets, fire. And I thought it was just me. I wasn't sure, because when I was looking, I was like, man, I love that. And kind of find out everybody else feels the same way. They're hot. So I'm showing it now. Let's see. For my TikTok people, y'all can't see this. Y'all need to go over to YouTube and check it out. But here is Shedeur. The helmet, though. The helmet. And I want to see this with the black uniform with the gold letters. I can see that. That black helmet with the black uniforms and the gold letters. That was hot. And then here's Coach Prime. Coach Prime had his helmet on, his earphones on. They were gold. I thought I was the only one caught that. But yeah. So they were doing it. They dressed, they decked out. They look good. Now can you play good? So you look good, you feel good. Can you play good? I mean, play great. Because right now they're barely pulling it out, and that's not okay. Coach Prime is not used to that. And that brings me to the next topic. But the helmets, the uniforms, I'm loving it. Then the next topic that I want to get on, and I want y'all to go over to this brother's channel, Overtime S as in Sam, Z as in Zebra, N as in Network. All right. There's a documentary that Coach Prime put out when he was at Trinity Christian High School. All right. I am so glad that he documented this stuff. That's why I'm documenting this. I mean, I normally don't document things, but I'm taking this opportunity to document this time because I know it's historical. I know it's historical, and I want to be able to look back on this and say, okay, I was there at this time, and this is what I was feeling, and this is what I was thinking. But somebody documented that Trinity Christian run that they did, and I caught that. And it's called Deion Sanders and Son Shedeur Star in Epic Football Series. Deion Sanders and Son Shedeur Star in Epic Football Series. I want y'all to go and check it out, because in that, it's showing you how they were treated. See, y'all think Coach Prime just now started getting this hate. It didn't just start out here. When he went into Trinity Christian High School, they were winning. They were beating people 50-10. Kind of like they got beat by that team or Oregon. They were beating people like that. And so in at Trinity, the first year they got the championship ring. The second year they got the championship ring. And then the third year, their league, and I think it was called TAPS, they got kicked out of the league. Listen to, listen to me. They were beating people so bad. They got kicked out of the league when he was at Trinity High School. Now, why did they kick him out of the league? Because they was good. They were like, you will not, we're not kicking you out. This is what we're not kicking you out, but we're not inviting you back. We're not going to accept your application for the next year. And Coach Hart was there. Coach Hart, of course, Shador was there. Shador was a lot more energetic back then when he was a little kid or in high school. And then there was Mathis, the little Mathis kid. He was there. So all of them, this is a team that Coach Prime has been moving up the ranks from Pee Wee to elementary to high school to college. Now he's up here in the SEC. This is a team, and he calls it a family business. He actually has a football field at his other home in Texas, where they had to use his football field when the football field at the school wasn't in good shape. So I'm saying to you, Coach Prime is used to dominating because he was dominating when they were in Trinity Christian. And then when he went to Jackson State, they were dominating. That's why Coach Prime was getting so much hate there from the coaches. It didn't just start. Again, he was kicked out of the league because he was too good when they were in high school. He was too good. And then they go to JSU and they're dominating. They went 11-1. Now, when they get to the championship game, they have problems. Why? Well, it's the defense. So this defensive issue was Coach Prime didn't just start. That defense had a hard time with that. That's why when they get to those championship games, it becomes more difficult to dominate. But that's where he is now. He's here in what we call the Power Five. And he's winning, but not in a dominant fashion. This is why he's so frustrated, because he's used to dominating. He's like, we got all the pieces that we need. All right. Not to say that they got everything that they desire. He's like, and he'll tell you there's a difference between what you want and what you need. Now, what they need, they got. They got everything they need to win and be at least a little bit dominant, but they're not doing it. Why? There's a coaching issue. All right. So I say all that to say, getting into this next game. All right. They're going 4-2. They're going into a game with a team that they're expected to, once again, dominate. Will they dominate? Well, Colorado seems to be that team, and their personality so far is, we got to be scrapping. That's it. They need to be in adversity. It's like they don't understand anything else but adversity. So here you got a team in Stanford, who they're going up against next, that has won only their first game against Hawaii. Oregon, they actually played, and Oregon beat them 42-6 rather, the same way they beat Colorado. Oregon beat this team, Stanford, 42-6, the same way they beat Colorado 42-6. The question is, can Colorado take care of business against this team? Or are they going to look like they equal? Because then they'll get dropped down to the status of Stanford if you go in there and you barely win against them the way you did against ASU. But I fully expect them to win. But it's Colorado. Can you not make us pull our hair out throughout the whole game? Can you win in a dominant fashion is the question. We know you're gonna win. We already know that. Can you do it in a dominant fashion and stop making Coach Prime pull his hair out? All right. So Colorado, once again, 4-2. We're happy for the win, but play like the team that you are. Play like the caliber that you are is what Coach Prime is saying, so that he's not sick of it. I understand exactly what he's saying when he gets that coaching issue situated. Okay. Also, implement the run and put the players in there that are going to play. Now, again, I want to say this before I get out of here. Cormani McClain, that was a big story. He was benched because he allowed a long play. One of the things, as I've been watching with uh, uh, Well Off Media, shout outs to Well Off Media, is that Cormani has been told several times you got to be more aggressive, meaning hit the running back at the line. I'm gonna tell y'all something about this. I told y'all I played sports, I athletic, and I had to play with my fellas in the hood. But I remember I was playing football with these guys, and this one guy, he kept every time I come off the line, he kept pushing me. He just a little nudge. And I remember when he kept doing that, I was so tired. Like after I get down the field, I'd be so tired because I'm like, and I asked, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, I'm just blocking you at the line. And it was just a little tap where he stopped my momentum. And that little tap, it drained the heck out of me. It drained me. So when they're doing that, not only is it throwing your timing off, but it's causing you to have to exert more energy to get down the field. And it's not like you got to hurt them or you doing it to hurt them or whatever, but just that little nudge right there, boom. I'm just putting a hand on your chest to throw your rhythm off and to drain the heck out of you. Just that little bit of energy that you're putting on them, that keeps them from getting down the field. Problem is he's not doing that. He hasn't been doing that since camp. They keep telling him, you got to put a hand on him, man. You got to play more aggressive. And he didn't do that in this game. The guy shot off across the field on the inside, which is the part where he's supposed to be blocking him off. Again, if this is your inside, you're going to this way, then you got to put your hand on his chest on this side. He didn't do that. He let the guy shoot to the inside. He caught the ball, and next thing you know, they pushing forward for a touchdown. And so Cormani gets benched. And now everybody's going crazy. Oh, Cormani's not going to be there next year. He's going to leave. He's going to transfer to someplace where they're going to let him play. Okay. I hope this is not the case. But there's all of this talk about, you should have let him play or don't hurt his feelings or whatever. But this is what Coach Prime was talking about when he was saying it's Cormani that's keeping himself back. Again, this is not a diss towards Cormani. What I'm saying is that he didn't make the play. And part of that had to do with the fact that he wasn't making the play when they were in practice. He wasn't being physical like he had been constantly being told. You got to be physical. And he wasn't doing that. And so now he gets into a game with this team where they're supposed to beat them with no problems. And this guy cuts across the middle and driving for a touchdown. So Coach Prime gets frustrated. He gets out. I don't think he came back in. If he did, it was towards the end of the game. I don't remember seeing him. So what I will just say is this. Again, now that one, I hope Cormani gets it because he can be a powerful force on this team. But, again, I understand when Coach Prime is taking him out, you're not making the play. All right. So hopefully he'll get it and he'll come around and then the team will dominate in the fashion that Coach Prime wants them to, in the fashion that Coach Prime is accustomed to. That's where he comes from, dominance. And so we're looking forward to that. They got to go in here and take care of business against Stanford. Again, Stanford, this is the same team that was beat 42-6 by Oregon, the same way Colorado was beat 42-6. Are they going to show up like they did with USC, or are they going to show up like the team that they're looking like with respect to the standings? All right. Are they going to show up with the team that they're looking like with respect to the standings? We're going to see. All right. I want y'all to know I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. I'm going to see y'all next time. We're going to see y'all after the game. This is a Friday game. It is a late night game, too. A Friday late night game. We're going to see how this goes. All right. I hope y'all watch it. I'm going to be watching it. It's going to be on ESPN. This game, as I just said, they need to play every game like it's a bowl game. That's how these teams are playing them. That's how ASU came in playing Colorado like this is a bowl game. Right? This wasn't televised, so nobody picked it up. But this one, this game was Stanford. That's supposed to be on ESPN. It's going to be a Hollywood game, and Coach Ron needs to do it. All right, I appreciate it. Let me get up out of here.